What's up, guys? Welcome to the Craig Thomas Show. It's February 15th, 2021. Today, we have a real special guest hailing from New Orleans, living in the Big Apple. His 1 hour special, Out to Lunch, is out right now. I believe, over 5 million views on YouTube. He's Twitter Gold. Yes. One half of the podcast, Tuesdays with Stories, and also one half of the podcast, We Might Be Drunk. I think they just changed their name. Yeah, give it up for Kevin Hart.
Hey, well done. Good plugs. You did your homework there, Sloppy
Yeah,
Jalopy.
Not too bad. How you doing? How was Valentine's Day?
Perfect Valentine's. I got off the road off a horrible flight with a layover and snow and anal, and then got here. The lady was hungover. I was wiped from the flight, so we both just laid on the couch like a couple of paraplegics and watched rom-coms and fell asleep. I drooled in her hair, and the rest is history.
Nice. That's not bad. So how's COVID in New York right now? Like, are you guys... It's not bad where I am, right? So in the west coast of Canada, we still got restaurants open. And
really?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
It's pretty much we got to wear masks and be 6 feet apart. Besides that, we're pretty much rolling here. So
I'm jealous. I mean, New York, it's all shut down. It's freezing cold, and you can't go in a restaurant. I think they're opening them to this Friday. I don't know. They keep teasing us with this shit, but nothing's open. Comedy clubs closed, restaurants, bars. So we're all sitting outside under a heat lamp like a fucking iguana.
Yeah.
In a tank.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Do you think with COVID, your career has, like, do you think it's helped you, COVID? Like guys like Tim Dillon, stuff like that, like Andrew Schultz, I think they've kind of done better with COVID, just with online content. Do you think it's helped you, or is it sort of hindered you? I know you said you were starting to sell out and do all that.
Yeah.
Right? But
I definitely think it's hindered me in that way, because I was really cooking with some ticket sales and whatnot and some big venues, and I was growing my fan base. So in that way, it's hurt me. But in the other way, I've got a ton of online stuff. I just went balls deep on content and putting stuff out and making little videos and all that. So in a way, it's helped. But I'd rather not have had this, just because it just kills your lifestyle. Like, I like to get moving and get on a flight and go to a place, and I hate the being pinned down and that trapped feeling. So maybe in a way it's good to get that content out, but also I got to get moving. I hate that we lost a year here.
Yeah, true. Your content, like your YouTube and your Twitter is gold. Like,
thanks.
Oh man, I got a FaceTime coming in here. One sec, sorry. YouTube and Twitter, like, it's blown up. Like 5 million views on your special is crazy.
Hell yeah, baby.
And not even that much promotion, really, just with your social media.
I guess, yeah, and word of mouth, and like Rogan will tweet it every now and then, or Bill Burr or whoever. So that was nice. But I think the trick is just let the fans yap about it and talk about it. And I think it being on YouTube makes people feel like they discovered it, like they're part of the ground floor kind of thing. So
yeah.
If it was on Netflix, it would get lost in the shuffle behind, Golden Girls or The Night Stalker.
Yeah. Do you think there's any chance you like leave New York, you go down to Texas? There seems to be this big outpour out of California, obviously, into Texas, but you'll never do it. No.
Well, I own a place here, and I like the vibe of the city. I mean, the winter sucks and COVID sucks, but I don't know. I moved once from New Orleans to here. It was a big jump, and I don't want to start over in a new town, which is stupid because, people always tell you if you get comfortable, that's when you should make a change, which I agree with. But I don't know. I got a good thing going here.
Yeah, fair enough. I got a couple questions here from
you froze.
People. Oh, we good
You're
there?
Back.
We're good?
Maybe you were just bored. I just thought you froze.
No, it froze for a sec.
Okay.
I got a couple questions from my Instagram here. A couple big fans of yours.
Please.
One guy had a question. I'm not aware of it, but is there a Jim Brewer football story in the hallway? Is there apparently he was talking about it on Theo Vaughn's podcast. I didn't hear it, but
the hallway.
Yeah, football in the hallway story, no?
I have not listened to that episode. I don't know much about the Brewmeister, but he's got great stories. So give it a whirl, folks.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay. And then we got people were asking if you have any Norm MacDonald stories.
Well, I mean, I'm a huge fan. He's like in
Me
my
too.
top
Oh,
three.
yeah.
I think he's probably the funniest guy on the planet. But I met him once. It was short. He was cool as hell. I got a photo with him like a douche. I couldn't resist, and it's on my wall, sadly, because I'm a nerd. But yeah, I met him at the Comedy Cellar. He was doing the Letterman, the last Letterman, where he did that Hitler joke with the World War II
Oh
thing.
my god, that was one of the best sets.
Yeah, the best.
That was
Clankety clankety.
yeah.
You know.
And
But
they went to war again, and they chose
yeah,
their opponent, the world. Yeah, that's
best tag of all time. He goes, "Who do you think you are, Mars?"
yeah.
But,
Yeah.
but yeah, he was at the Cellar running that, and I was like, "Oh my god!" So not only did I get to meet him, but I got to watch him run a Letterman. So it was
Oh, no
pretty
way.
amazing.
Wow,
And he was nice, and it's cool because I'm friends with Joe List, and he
yeah,
loves Joe. He just thinks Joe's the funniest guy and all this. So
really? Yeah.
Joe walked in, and Joe is he's a nobody. He's just a buddy of
Yeah.
ours. But and Norm, my hero's like, Joe, oh my god, he gets him a big hug. So that was fun to watch.
Oh, that's hilarious. Yeah, Norm MacDonald is. I heard him on this radio station. It's an old clip, but he was he was just giving it to this host. It was like some just radio show in the morning.
Yeah.
And he was saying something about black people having less money or something like that. I don't know
about
that.
this on Rogan.
Oh, did you? Okay, yeah.
I can't find it anymore. I think they scrubbed it, but it's good.
Yeah, and he's like comparing it to like if I was in a wheelchair and saying if you could run fast. It was just it was the funniest clip.
Yeah, it was brilliant. I mean, he's the smartest guy in the room, but they think he's the dumbest. And she kept yelling at him because he's like, black people are poor. And she's like, oh my God, you're a racist. And all these black people called in. They're like, no, we are.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then she had to be like, oh, okay. And then she came off as it was every comic's dream because it's some lady yelling at you. And then you won because a black woman proved you wrong. I mean, it was so many elements of perfection.
It's my favorite clip of his by far. Yeah.
Same.
Yeah. Speaking of favorite clips, actually, my favorite clip of you is when you were on the morning show in Cleveland.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, that one did well.
Did that just went viral, like just out of the blue? Like,
yeah, it just goes to show you. I'm doing 17 Tonight shows, 58 Conans. I'm trying to put me in the park, anything I can. And then that was just a random morning, like knock it out, hungover, whatever. And that, so you never know.
Yeah, that absolutely killed. Oh, frozen?
Froze again, but they're quick freezes, so I shouldn't even bring them up.
It's probably my internet. It's shit here.
All right.
Yeah, one sec. I got another. Everyone wants to know if you got any back in your heyday on like Tinder and Bumble and stuff. You got any good openers, or what was it like for you? But you're Mark Norman, do you know what I mean? So I guess you don't really need to just sort of say. Oh.
Still insecure shit, still nervous and scared, hate rejection. But I'll tell you, it didn't hurt having like a photo of me shaking Conan's hand or Tonight Show. So that was always a good in.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
And I think they're into you if you just have something going on. Like even if it's you play the cello or you like to paint murals on the side of it, just go in with something. I'm a magician. Right. Just own it and go 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, make something up. But a lot of this, like, how you doing? What else is going on? Nobody cares about that. Just go in with something you're passionate about.
Yeah,
and
true.
You got to have a hook or a thing or a gimmick.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. I've always wondered this. Is the transgender nanny story from when that's a real thing from your childhood?
Oh yeah, very real.
Really?
Very real and very weird, and she's dead now. Or he.
Really? She? Yeah. Crazy.
Yeah, parents needed a nanny, and she was cheap and available and nice, and wore a wig and high heels, and was a large black person. And we did. 2 days in, you just normal, and taught me how to take a girl out or flush the toilet, put the seat back down. Like he was always giving me tips on women.
That's hilarious.
I was like 8, but it was pretty cool. And then got my bike stolen. He went and got the bike back. Like badass guy. And you figure he's super tough because he's a black guy in the bad neighborhood dressed as a woman and just owning it. So the
There's
guy's
something
got to be
about
tough.
that. He's got to be crazy. He's got to be, yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's hilarious.
Yeah, I mean,
oh my God.
These kids were just like, "You faggot," blah, blah, blah. And he just like goes up to them, and they're all like, "Whoa, okay, never mind." It just shows the power of intimidation and confidence.
Totally. Fuck, my internet is brutal here. Give me a sec.
Ah, sorry.
God.
I get it. Canada, man, you guys
Canada,
falling apart.
It's rough out here. Yeah. Did you think of that comedian's name yet from Vancouver Island?
No, I'll never know it.
I never know. Yeah.
I was drinking the whole weekend. That was a couple of years ago.
And it was in Vancouver, right? What club? Do you remember?
Yuck Yucks.
Okay. Yeah.
And it was the first time I'd ever sold out a whole weekend and added a show, and that sold out. I've never done that before. And it was snowing out, and I had just done my first Rogan, and everything was changing for me. And that was very exciting.
How big did that change? Like, how quick after doing Rogan did things jump for you? Was that like a huge...
next day.
Obviously,
next day.
Yeah.
Bert Kreischer, he's obsessed with like numbers and analytics and all that. And he showed me on his phone.
Yeah.
I don't know what the app is or the website, but it just shows you your social media tracking or your internet. It just spikes.
Really?
Crazy spike.
Instagram, everything, just a ton of followers.
Everything.
Yeah. That's
pretty
crazy. Cool. Have you spent much time besides Vancouver and Canada or?
Oh yeah. I love Canada. I mean, it's
you
know what's crazy? Canada has less people than California.
Yeah. The whole
Isn't
country.
That wild?
It's insane. Well, how many are in New York City?
I don't know. What do we got? Well, I think it was about 11 mil or something, and then now, who knows now? Because so many people flew the coop.
So just in New York City, that's about half the population of Canada, right? Yeah.
Wow.
Insane.
But that middle is a terrifying white tundra of barren land with bears and shit.
Yeah. It's just pretty much all along the border, right? Like all along the southern border, you just got a few decent sized cities, and then anything north, it's just you don't want to live there. Well, it's just like Alaska, right? Like I've never been, but I'm sure it's not a great place to live. I don't know.
I've never been either. I've been almost everywhere in America, never been there. And I think Alaska is like the homeschool of states where you're like, oh, you're from there? Oh, you're weird.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Oh, that's too funny.
But yeah, I've been all over Canada. I was supposed to go to, before the pandemic fucked all my jizz up, I was supposed to go to Calgary. What do you know about Calgary?
It's cold. Right now, I think Calgary is like minus 22.
Woo!
Yeah. Yeah, we just had a snowstorm where I'm at right now. So 3-day, we had about a foot of snow.
Nice.
Calgary's cold. It's okay. Calgary's all right. It's similar to a Vancouver, like a more robust Vancouver, I'd say.
Oh, really? I mean, Vancouver is one of the best cities in North America, I'd say.
Yeah, Victoria's a lot. Yeah, Victoria is way better than Vancouver.
Is that right?
Oh, yeah, I used to live in Vancouver, and Victoria is like the hidden gem in North America, I'd say. It's probably
what? Oh, sorry. Well, what's the difference? Because Vancouver is so pretty. It's clean.
Yeah.
You got that seawall. You got you got the restaurants and the skyline or whatever. But what's so great about Victoria?
So Victoria has all that. It's probably more beautiful. There's more lakes, more outdoor stuff to do. There's there's a ski hill. It's just a ton of stuff. And the downtown core is just as beautiful, but with less people.
Oh,
and it's got more of like that European, like sort of French vibe downtown, like a Montreal sort of. Yeah.
Because you don't hear about Victoria. It's all Vancouver. You never hear about Victoria.
It's always Vancouver, yeah. But Victoria's actually the capital of BC.
Okay. Yeah. Does it have a comedy club?
That's the thing. They got clubs where you could do comedy.
Right.
Yeah.
We need to start a festival there.
The fuck is it called? Yeah, it's a real shitty one.
Okay.
I don't even remember what it's called. No one goes to it. Pretty much. I mean, if you came by, you would sell out in a heartbeat. But
well, here's my only is it like Vancouver? My only beef with Vancouver is it closes at like 9:30. I mean, you can go to a dive bar or something maybe, but you go to Vancouver, it's sidewalks get rolled up, the lights are out, you can't get a slice of pizza. You're like, I like to live it up at night, and it was all shut down.
Yeah, by about 1 o'clock, 1 or 2, like there's nothing. Everything
Nothing.
closes. It's just the
Can't get food.
liquor licenses, right? Like that's the issue.
Maybe that's
Yeah.
also why it's run so well, because like you guys go to fucking sleep.
Yeah, actually. Yeah, Vancouver's, yeah, it's okay. I lived right downtown, like right on Butte and Davie there in the West End. I don't know if you know where that is, but
Nah.
yeah, yeah. It was
I've
all
been
right.
all over, but I don't know the
Yeah.
streets.
Yeah, it was too much for me. I like I like a bit smaller,
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 I mean, I could talk about cities all day. I mean, I'm obsessed with cities.
What's your favorite city in the US?
I mean, there's too many good ones. It's hard to pin one down. I mean, the shit Austin is going through right now is pretty amazing to watch because it was always a cool city, but it's
Yeah.
really just popping now. It's breaking with so much cool shit to do, and the weather's good and all that. But there's a couple sleeper cities that don't get any love. Like I love like Fort Collins, Colorado is really
Oh yeah.
cool. Minneapolis doesn't get any love. Great town. It's freezing in the winter, but when the summer hits, it's a beauty.
Minneapolis. So yeah, I've really only done the west coast of the states. So like the Seattle, Portland, all through California. But
Aha.
yeah, I've never been to New York, never been to Boston, anywhere on the East
Wow.
Coast. Yeah.
East Coast is I think more fun. Like West
Really,
Coast is
eh? Yeah.
prettier.
Yeah,
It's
fair enough.
prettier. You know, you got the Malibus and the ocean and Santa Monica's and the Santa Barbaras. But boy, the East Coast, there's more shit going on. There's more culture. I think it's older, so it's more fun. We've lived it up here more. We know this. We know the ins and outs. West Coast, they're like the kids. They don't know
Yeah,
anything yet.
fair enough. Yeah, it's more new. Yeah. Is there any city comparable to Vancouver in the States? Like,
Yeah, that's a good question. Maybe like a Vermont. Well, see, Vermont's still kind of crunchy. You guys aren't as crunchy. Vermont is, I know it's a state, but
yeah.
what is that? What's the big Vermont city?
Oh, fuck. I don't know.
I can't think of it. But it's cold, it's pretty, it's snowy, it's
Right.
outdoorsy, but they don't have the skyscrapers and the infrastructure that you guys have.
Right. So you were saying you think Vancouver's clean, eh?
I mean, you got some heroin needles around town.
I was
but
about to say the homeless issue is pretty bad, but
oh, okay. I mean,
yeah,
again, I live in Manhattan, so I
guess
got a
it's
hobo as a roommate over here, So yeah. Or
fair
in
enough.
LA. Come on.
Yeah, I haven't been down to LA recently, but obviously with COVID, but it's no good.
Well, it's fallen off completely. It's like a dick that can't get hard. It used to be amazing and now it's over.
What's the exodus going to be like there? Like comedy wise, it's clearing out? Like,
Yeah. I don't know what's gonna happen. I'm curious myself because look, there's a zillion comics that still live there, but you needed those top 20 guys and gals who are really bringing in the tickets, selling tickets, bringing in the people. So without them, you need those pillars, those without them, I feel like the ceiling will fall in.
what's the story going to be like? I guess a lot of those guys have left. Well, Tim
I
Dillon now
know.
left too, I believe, right? Yeah.
Who?
Tim Dillon left as well, right?
Yeah. All those guys. Theo, Tim, Rogan, Segura. I mean, they'll have Bert Kreischer, they'll have Bill Burr,
Oh, I guess Bill
Jeselnik.
Burr is still there. And a lot got canceled as well.
Yeah,
Honestly.
that too.
They're moving or getting canceled. So yeah, that's rough.
Yeah, boy, it's a weird time, huh?
Yeah. Were you
Comedy got too popular. That's what happened. It
you
used to
think
be a
so?
bunch of numbskulls in a basement talking about their dicks, and it was like this fringe, weird art form. And Netflix came along and YouTube and all that, and it just popped. And it's great. It's bittersweet. It's great in some aspects. You can sell out a theater as a nobody, but it's also scary because we're under a microscope.
Right. Were you close with like Chris D'Elia, like Brian Callen, any of those? Like, what was your thoughts on that whole thing? Or
Well,
is that a touchy subject?
Well, everything's touchy. I mean, they're touchy apparently, but it's all dicey. I never really knew D'Elia. I never really ran. He's like a hot guy and sexy and wearing a cool jacket and shoes. So that was never my bag. And he's in LA. I'm in New York. I didn't know Callen really either, except for I did Fighter and the Kid once, and he was the host.
Right.
And he didn't know. I think he called me Matt for the first half of it, but
I
I mean,
remember watching. Yeah. Sorry. Go ahead. Yeah.
both seem like from what I met, seem like nice guys. But what the hell do I know?
Yeah, actually, I remember watching The Fighter and the Kid, and Brendan was like, "You got to see this clip of this comedian
Yeah,
on the Cleveland morning show," and he's like, just so excited, and he shows the clip, and yeah, Brian Callen had no clue who you were.
yeah.
I guess he was like, "Oh yeah, he seems great." Yeah,
I remember that. Yeah,
yeah,
but again, I don't want to say anything bad because I didn't know them that well.
right,
So I'm one of these. Wait till the truth is set you free or whatever the hell. I don't like to just. It feels like now it's just so quick to just kill, attack, get that scalp on the wall.
right.
But I'd rather hang back and wait to hear the verdict.
Yeah, it's crazy times right now. Like, oh, I couldn't imagine being in your guys' shoes. Like, I have a normal job. I have a 9 to 5 job. I don't have to worry about if I say something right here, like what's going to happen, right? Like, I
Yeah,
couldn't imagine. I mean,
but aren't you guys worried with the real job that you post some Jew joke on Twitter? It could be innocuous, but it's you said the word gay. You're
yeah,
fired.
I guess so, but I'm not a comedian or anything, right? So I mean,
Okay.
yeah. No, I'm not trying to be a comedian. So,
Ah, gotcha.
yeah, if I was, I'd be worried for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely not a worry for me.
All right. Cool.
Yeah, everyone
Oh,
wants to know about this Jim Brewer story. I guess it was just
did
brought
they
up.
did they mention me? Am I even?
Yeah, he mentioned you.
Oh,
He mentioned you. He was saying it's a football story. Something about a football in
football.
the hallway story.
I gotta go watch this app. I don't know
Yeah, I
what the
guess
hell.
he was talking
I'm,
about you on Theo's podcast, released a
I don't think
couple
I've
days
met
ago.
Jim Brewer. Maybe Theo was saying the football.
Maybe,
I know
yeah.
Theo a good bit, but Brewer, I don't even know if I've met him.
Weird.
I gotta go listen. This is all news to
Yeah,
me.
yeah. Apparently, a lot of people have been sending me that. So,
Maybe he thinks I'm somebody else.
maybe he thinks they're actually Kevin Hart. Yeah, he said,
Yeah.
yeah. I want to know this as well. Actually, your joke writing process, because you're such a good joke writer. Like, you're a great storyteller, but you're also such a good joke writer. Do you have like a
Hmm.
process for that? Do you think of the concept and then dissect it? I know
Uh,
like Seinfeld's got into how he writes jokes and stuff, and I feel like a lot of people are curious about that with you.
I appreciate it, and I think maybe it's a couple things. One, if I can't crack a joke, I hate myself, and I get so angry, and so I turn the gun on myself, like you piece of shit. And I think that helps me in a weird way.
Right.
Like most people can't figure out a joke, they go, I couldn't figure it out, fuck it. But I get so angry when I can't that maybe that motivates me to do it.
Right.
Uh, and I just will look at something, and I think the only skill or talent I have is I can sense that there's something in here. Like
Mm,
I feel like the guy who's looking at the first guy to eat an oyster or a clam was looking at the shell, and his friend was like, "We're starving, but that's a fucking hard, dirty, ocean riddled barnacle shell." But I'm
yeah.
like, I think there's something in there. And he's like,
Right.
"What are you crazy? It's throw it against the rock. It's empty. It's nothing
Yeah.
in there. It's a
Yeah.
piece of shit. It's a rock." And I'm like, I think there's something. So that I think is one of my only talents. But other than that, I'm just looking at it from every angle. It's like a
Right.
Rubik's cube. I'm like, let me try to turn it this way, turn it that way, go to the beginning, the end, flip it, flop it. So that's just really what I'm doing, and it's a lot of just trial and error. So it looks cool maybe on the stage
Right.
3 months later when I've cracked it, but the process is pretty embarrassing.
Right. Has your mind always worked that way, like since you can remember, or is it something you sort of had to learn?
A little of both. I think it's kind of like this sounds so douchey, but you throw Steph Curry a ball,
Right.
he could probably, the first time he probably got pretty close to the rim, but he's got a natural ability, but you still have to learn the fundamentals. You got to learn how to
Exactly. Yeah.
dribble. You got to learn how to flick the wrist and what the jump is like and all that. So I think I had a little bit of a natural thing where I can sense there's a joke here, but you still had to learn it, like the rule of threes and misdirection and going dirty and changing the order, changing the structure, the setup, and all that.
Right. Yeah, fair enough. Everyone's asking about, you don't have to answer this question, obviously, but they're curious about, can you make money off a special, like when you release it on YouTube? Like, or is it just for promotion? Like, is it
Yeah. It's a good question. I think Bill Burr said it best. He said a special used to be special. You get on HBO, you get 500 grand, you become a household name. But now there's so many specials that they can still be great. There's some great ones out there. They're few and far between, but there's some great ones out there. But they're just a commercial for your touring.
Right.
You know, like, oh, I like this guy. I watched his hour. Pretty good. I'll go see it when he comes to Tallahassee.
Right. Yeah, your special is amazing, by the way.
Oh, thanks.
Oh my God. It is so good.
Thank you. That was a big fuck you to the industry and just like, all right, you won't book me.
Yeah.
Put this in your ass and queef it.
How did no one buy that? Like, did people actually watch that at like Netflix and not buy it? That was a thing.
I don't know. I don't think I'm sure they didn't watch it, but I think they just see my face, see my name. I'm nobody. So in a way, I get it. Like, it's a business decision. Like, and I go, yeah, but I think it's pretty good. I think people like it. And they go, it's not enough. We can't. Why should they take the risk? I kind of get that, you know?
I mean, there's some flaming dog shit on Netflix.
Oh.
Like I'm not a comedian, but I enjoy comedy. And I mean, there's some bad specials on Netflix.
Agreed. And that stings a little more. And I know the Netflix guy. Like, I've done shows and he's in the audience. He knows me. He says hi. And so I'll kind of, nudge him like, what the hell were you thinking booking Billy Johnson? He's like, well, I need to check some boxes. And you're like, enough said.
Yeah.
Understood.
Yeah, it blows me away. And it's almost like it's getting away from just people writing jokes, just being funny. Everything has like a message now. It's like you're getting lectured. Like, I'm like, I get off work. I just want to sit down and I want to make someone, I'm having a shit day or something. I want someone to make me laugh. Right.
So true.
And it's just all these, like, I'm getting lectured about politics or something. It's just like, oh.
These comics are in this bubble too, where like their friends pat them on the back, and you got to go to the Midwest or the middle of Canada or Calgary. You got to mix it up. Go entertain these oil rig idiots. Like that's what you got to do. Get the oil pigs laughing, and then get your friends laughing, and then get the rich people laughing, the poor people. Like, you're an entertainer, you cunt. Like, how entitled and selfish are you that you're like, I'm talking about what I want, and I don't care if you laugh. This is my opinion, and like, get out of here.
Yeah. I'm just, I don't get that. Like, you and Joe List, his special's great too.
Great,
like,
unreal,
both of you guys.
Killer.
Like, it pisses me off. But I mean, I don't know why it pisses me off. It doesn't affect me. But you just want good content, and you want the people. You want the people who deserve it to get the recognition on the platforms. I think most fans want that, right?
And we're getting good number. He's over 2.5 million, I think, now, and his is still pretty recent. So like, people are seeing it, people are coming out, people are being nice and saying nice things, and you and all that, so that it all pays off. Look, we didn't get the big paycheck, and we're not on the big platform, but I think that's what I love about Reddit. Reddit can be a cum guzzling Nazi and sting and hurt and say mean shit.
GameStop,
or they'll GameStop you. But Reddit gets it. Like, I read a few of them with, through my hand because I'm terrified.
Oh God!
But I read a lot of it, and you're like, oh, they know, they understand. Yeah. Like, this guy sucks. This guy is good. They get the tag that no one else got. They get the subtle jokes. Did you catch that one? And you're like, no one catches that one, but they get it. So they're nerds, and they go too hard sometimes. But I think it's out of love in a weird way.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. The hardcore ones always get it, right? Like the ones who take enough time out of the day to post in a message board, they're definitely going to get it.
That's what it is. They take the time, and look, a lot of them have too much time and need to go learn to play the xylophone or do something with their life, get married. But like, in a way, I appreciate it because I'm like, all right, this guy's a connoisseur. This guy is really absorbing this comedy and thinking about it instead of just going, click, yes, no, thumbs up. That's so primitive. They actually like consume it and let it marinate and think about it. They'll rewatch it. Pretty cool.
Yeah. Does that ever trip you out? Like, now that you've got to a point where there are random people all around the world who feel like they know you, or they reach out to you, like your DMs must just get lit up every day, right?
Every day. And I try to answer all of them.
And you answer all your, like, that is insane.
I figure when I'm shitting, what else am I doing? So I'd rather answer that. And it is stupid. Like, you talk to some guys like, what are you, nuts? That's insane. You're wasting your life on that, which there's some truth to that.
Yeah.
But if I'm scratching my ass on the couch, I'm like, well, I might as well talk to, and I've gotten great shit. I've gotten like free hotel rooms and t-shirts and somebody will say something nice. And then you get the other guys who are like, hey, can you read my script? You're like, don't abuse this, you douche.
Exactly. But, yeah.
So, it's fascinating.
What does your girl think about that? Like spending a lot of time on your phone?
Well, she's a young
right.
gal, so she's knee deep in Insta and all that shit too. So
fair enough. Yeah.
I think everybody's staring at their phone at this point.
Oh yeah. I got 2 phones, so it's out of control. Yeah. But yeah, man, I really appreciate you coming on. This is awesome for me.
Hey, thank you.
Had a lot of fun. Yeah. Thanks for popping by. And yeah, guys, go check. What's your Twitter handle?
Just at Mark Norman. Or at Mark Norm.
At Mark Norm. And yeah, check out his special, guys. It's gonna be 6 million views soon. It is unreal. Honestly, one of the best specials in the last couple of years. So yeah, man.
The goal is to get to 10 million by Christmas.
Easy.
We'll see. It ebbs and flows. Some days I'm like, geez, we went up, 200K last night. And then some days you're like, man, I can't get a fucking double digit on this thing.
I think it will for sure. But yeah, anyway, thanks for coming on. Much appreciated, man.
Thank you. Thanks for liking comedy and consuming it and, having good taste.
Appreciate it, man. Well, take care. Have a good day.
Praise Allah. Thank you.
See ya.